Similar case is that a lot of boys are molested by babysitters, by female babysitters, especially when the boys are very young. So the way that typically plays out is that the child needs to be bathed or put into their pajamas, put into bed, and the kid's drowsy and small and cute, and the female babysitter's never seen a penis before, never touched one before, and she's fantasizing that it's okay because he won't notice. I'm not doing any harm. Nobody will know. If we catch this kind of child molester, we have a very, very good chance of success. Now, when the child molester becomes a pedophile, when they've molested 50, 100, 150 kids, and we catch them, we have very little chance of success. The statistics used to be that only 1 out of 100 had any chance of success. Really, this is not going to work for most of them. We now realize that that's based on an outdated model in which we were very punitive. Now, of course, people who molest kids should be punished by society. They've broken the law, and they deserve whatever they get, typically. However, they don't deserve to be treated anything other than a human. And as we've learned, if we treat them as humans and realize they really are sick, or they really are ill, or they really need help, something's wrong with them, and we show compassion and understanding, then we're able to bring down that recidivism rate, meaning we're able to increase our success rate quite a bit. So we brought it down from 99 to 100% recidivism down to about 85. That means maybe we're successful with 15%. That's excellent. Now, another theory that goes into this is the illness versus evil model. So I used the term just a few minutes ago that they may be sick. That's a very common belief. And it's a very common belief amongst child molesters. When we ask them, why did you do it? They'll say, I must be sick. I'm just terribly sick, or I'm full of evil. Well, when we explore that, we find some flaws with that approach. Because if somebody is sick with an illness, and we don't have a cure for that illness, then what happens is the best we can do is hold them only partially accountable for it, just like an alcoholic. If an alcoholic is an alcoholic because it's in their genetic makeup, they really can't help it, then we should have sympathy or empathy for them. They can't be 100% responsible. That's what they were born with. And what's the cure? Well, there is no cure for alcoholism. Best we can do is keep them clean and sober, work a program for the rest of their life. Applying that model to child molesters, then they get away with it. Then, oh no, I'm just sick. I couldn't help it. And society sees them that way. Here in California, we have that problem playing out with what happens when a child molester goes to prison. If somebody really is a career pedophile, somebody has molested a lot of kids, and they need to be locked up in the prison, when they get to the prison system, they're considered a criminal, not ill. They are given no therapy, no treatment while in lockup. Why? Because they're not ill. They knew what they were doing. They broke a law. However, the moment they're done with their crime, now all of a sudden we declare them ill so that we can lock them up in the state hospital and keep them there until they're cured. Cured from something we said we don't have a cure for. This has to do with Megan's Law too. Megan's Law mandated that all child molesters, all people who have committed a serious sexual offense, must register as a sex offender for life. Their names appear on a website. Anybody can go look at it and see, oh, who's living next to them? Ooh, that guy or gal down the street seems awful suspicious. Let's go to Megan's Law and see if their name is on there. And this makes them a target. So when people come out of prison, they've served their term, or jail, whatever the term is, wherever they've been in lockup, they've paid their debt to society. They're not done for life. They can't live near schools. They can't live near children. There's a lot of restrictions. We have a problem as providers for those who are advocates, for those who are abused. We have a problem with this because what we are doing is we are then forcing the child molesters and pedophiles to live in small little locations where that's the only place they can live. We're going to pile them up in there. So if you look at the map of San Francisco being a city and county, according to California law, when people come out of jail or prison for a sex offense, we must release them back into the county in which they came from. If you look at the map, where are the schools? Where are children? Where are the playgrounds? What areas are not close by? There are only 2 city blocks in the entire city and county of San Francisco where these child molesters can live. So we've got 1 living there? Okay. 2? Not a problem. As we keep putting people behind bars and keep releasing them back into the same community and force them to live in these little isolated pockets, what we're discovering is we're creating a city within a city of nothing but child molesters. So they start learning from each other. That's where NAMBLA might come up, where they share information. They say, yeah, I got away with it, let me teach you how. And they're very interested in that. We also see that there's a problem with this because if you committed murder, let's say you've murdered 10 people, and you're sentenced to prison for 10 years. Seems pretty minor for murder. However, some people don't spend a lot of time behind bars. When they come out, they're free to walk. They're free to go. They're free. Nobody needs to know who they are or what they are. So there's a lot of discrimination. If we're going to make a dent in child molestation, if we're going to stop people from being pedophiles, if we're going to truly protect children, we need to readdress these issues. Take a look at what are we doing. We need to find better ways to treat people. We can be successful with some. I've had literally hundreds of minor child molesters in my office that have successfully been treated, and they'll never molest again. They really got it. We also have hundreds, thousands of people out there that the best we can do is lock them up, lock them up, lock them up. We have no cure for them. They're not going to make it.